What's up guys, Justin here with the CGEssentials.com, back with another Blender rendering tutorial for you. So in today's video we're going to check out how to use Freestyle in order to render out the edges so that they actually show up inside of your renders in Blender. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I will link to the information about Freestyle in the Blender documentation so that you can check that out and take a look. But in this video we're going to start by looking at how to render out our image with different line styles. So first things first, if we were to render this right now, so if we were to just render the image, it's going to look something like this, right? So depending on if you have EV activated or cycles, you might get some shadows in here, but you can see how right now this is a very kind of blocky shape with not a lot of definition. Well, what we might want to do is we might want to come in here and render this out so that the edges actually show up as lines in our rendering. And so the way that we're going to do that is we're going to jump over into our, we're going to jump over into our render properties. And so the easiest way to start adding Freestyle is just to come down here and just check the box for Freestyle. And so when we activate Freestyle, if we run a render, so I'm just going to tap F12 in order to do this, you can see how you're going to get a rendering in here that now has edges highlighted inside of our rendering. So you can use this to quickly add those edges inside of your scenes. So now let's take a look at this if we were to adjust the line thickness. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to set my line thickness to 3 instead of 1. So if I set my line thickness to 3 and then we were to rerun this render, so I'm just going to tap F12, you can see how these edges are going to be thicker. So you can control the thickness of those edges from this section right here. But let's say we wanted to get a little more in depth on what's actually being created, right? So that's great, but it doesn't really give us any control over anything other than there's some edges in here. So what we want to do is we want to jump over into our view layer properties and we want to scroll down to our Freestyle Line Sets. And so what our Freestyle Line Sets is going to do is that's going to let us control the kind of lines that are being created. Notice how you can add multiple different line sets in here. If you were to run this render without a line set in here, so if I was to delete this, even though we have Freestyle enabled, if we were to run this, you can see how no edges are going to show up. So you need to have a line set in here because that's what this is going to reference in order to create those edges. And so there's a lot of different options in here for different things that you can do with this. And so there's some different options in here for things that you can do in order to change the way that your edges look inside of Freestyle. So we'll look at these. I'm not going to worry too much about these right here. So we may take a look at the render pass option a little bit later, but for right now we're just going to leave it as is. So you can use this to render this as a separate pass instead of on the combine pass, which gives you some interesting options. But for now, let's take a look first at this option right here. So your edge detection option, your crease angle, that's going to control what edges are being picked up that are actually getting those darkened edges. So right now we have a crease angle of 134 degrees. Well, if we were to bump this up to 180 degrees and then rerun this, so if we were to do an F12, notice how you're going to get Freestyle edges basically on all of the different edges inside of your model. So now I'm seeing all of the geometry in here. So you can control how heavy that is by adjusting the degrees of your edge detection. So if I were to drop that down to 90, for example, you're going to get a lot less edges in here. You're really only getting the edges around the perimeter at that point. So you can use that to kind of adjust the overall in here to whatever you want. I'm going to put it back to 134 degrees for right now. So culling is helpful because it can hide the out of view edges so you're not doing that extra processing work. And so there's also some advanced options in here which I don't want to focus on too much for right now. So we can mess around with that in the future if you're really interested in it, but I don't think we're going to use those too much. So as of right now though, what's happening is the system is kind of dictating the way that our edges are showing up, right? So it's finding them for us using its algorithm. And so there's different things in here that can adjust that and affect that. And so you can use these options down below to get a little bit more specific about what's being shown in here. And so I'm going to stay kind of high level on this. Just note that these different options are going to bring in different edges when you render this. So for example, if you were to select Ridge and Valley, and then rerun this, notice how you're getting some different edges in here than you were before in some different areas, but it's a little bit clunky. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of trial and error in here to figure out the exact view that you really want or the exact settings that really work. But what I do want to focus on right now is at the moment we're currently set to do this based on our crease edges, right? So it's using the crease angle in here in order to generate those edges. And so let's say, for example, that we were to uncheck this box for crease edges and then rerun this. Well, notice how now you're really only getting the border or the silhouette of the object, and that's being added based on the silhouette and border options right here. So if I was to uncheck those, notice how we start getting some kind of weird results in here. So we want to leave this to include the silhouette and the border. But let's say that we wanted some edges that were running along the body model to be highlighted, right? So let's say, for example, and we're going to tab into edit mode real quick. Let's say that we wanted these edges right here to show up in our freestyle. Well, what we could do is we could select the edges that we want, but then you can right click in edit mode and there's an option here for mark freestyle edge. So if you mark this as a freestyle edge and you check the box for edge mark in here, what that's going to do is that's going to include that in your rendered image. So notice how now this edge right here is being included inside of our image. So you can use that to be more specific about what exactly you want the freestyle edges to show in here. If you decide that you don't want that to show up, then you could just come in here and select it and then right click and you can just clear the freestyle edge. If you clear the freestyle edge, it's not going to show up in your rendering anymore. So you can also, down below, set your freestyle line styles as well. So up till now we've been basically setting what's going to show up as a part of that freestyle, but if you go down into your line style, you can also set the way that this is going to show up. So for example, you can set the kind of line strokes that are in here, you can set the color of your edges. So for example, let's say I wanted these to render out as something other than black. I could come in here and set this to maybe like blue. And then if we were to do an F12, our edges are going to render out as blue. And so you could set the color by clicking in here, but if we were to go back into the strokes setting, there's an option down here for things like dashed line. So if you wanted your lines to be dashed, you could set this so that your first dash has a length of 5 and then the gap has a length of 5. So I just checked the box and then entered some values in here. Well, now if I was to render this out, instead of having straight lines, what we're going to have is we're going to have dotted lines in here. So you could use this to create some kind of a blueprint view or a highlighted view or something like that. All right, so your alpha is going to allow you to adjust how solid the lines are. So for example, right now if I render this, right, and we look at it right here, I've got some thicker edges and they're all kind of just like uniform black lines. But if you were to come in here and adjust your alpha transparency down, notice how your lines are much less defined, right? It's like you kind of drew them on here with a pencil or something like that. So there's also options in here to do things like add modifiers to that as well. So you could add some noise to your alpha. And so if you add noise, what that's going to do is that's going to randomly give you darker and lighter areas. Those are all adjustable based on things like amplitude, other things like that. They're just going to give you different effects. So you can use that to make this more like a noisy, like hand-drawn stroke type thing. So you can also adjust your thickness of your edges in the thickness tab. So if I bring this down, notice how my edges are going to be more narrow. If I bring this up, my edges are going to be a lot thicker. So you can use that to adjust the thickness in here. And you can also set this with a modifier. So for example, you could come in here and add a noise modifier to your thickness. Then what that's going to do is that's going to adjust your thickness randomly. And so you can adjust like how strong that is by adjusting these settings. So you could adjust that thickness down, for example, in order to just give like a little bit of wobble to these lines. So you could couple that with maybe something like your alpha transparency to create some really interesting results. All right, so one last thing I wanted to show you for right now. We can talk about this more in the future, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how to create this image. So this is just some cabinets I created in the PyClone build of Blender, and I wanted to show you how to render out just the edges from this image. So right now, we have this just set up with standard Freestyle. So it's going to create our rendered view, then it's going to add the edges over here. What we want to do is we want to use the compositor to create an image that only includes the edges and a color background. And so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go back into my view layer properties under Freestyle, and I want to check the box for as render pass. And so what we're going to do when this is rendered as a render pass, what that means is that now instead of this using this as a composite like this, if we were to go into our view layer and look at our Freestyle, you can see how those edges are being created as a completely separate pass in your rendering engine. So now what I want to do is I want to jump over into the compositing tab. And what I've done is I've just created a view with my image editor up above and then my compositor down below. We'll go ahead and drag this up a little bit so we can zoom in a little bit more. And so right now what this has our render layers and it has our composite. And so what we want to do is we want to go in here, and so what this has is this has a checkbox for as render pass. Well, notice how when I check the box for as render pass right here, what that's doing is that's adding a node to my render layers that I can drag into my composite. So instead of having my Freestyle in here right now, or instead of having my image dragged in here right now, I'm just going to drag the line for my Freestyle over here. So you can see how what that's doing is that's creating this image right here that only has my Freestyle edges. But we also need a color background. So what we want to do is we just want to do a Shift A, and we want to add a mix node. So I'm just going to type in search, I'm going to type in mix. We're going to click right here. And what we want is we want this Freestyle running into this mix node and then the image running out to the composite. But what we want to do is we want to drag the Freestyle into the bottom box and undrag it from the top box. And so what that's going to do is that's going to give us a black screen, right? So we don't have anything in here right now. So what we want to do is we want to click on the button right here for alpha in order to include the alpha of the second input. What that means is that we're basically going to use the transparent background for the second input. So when you click on this, notice how now what you're getting is you're getting an image in here with a white background and your edges over top of it. And so one thing to note about this is if we were to go back, for example, and adjust our line thickness. So if we were to scroll into our Freestyle Line Style and adjust this so our thickness is bigger, so maybe to a value of like 6, and then if we were to type the F12 key, what that's going to do is that's going to re-render this. And notice how then this updates in here. I've not figured out how to get the image editor to update automatically, so if anyone knows, let me know. But now what this is going to allow us to do is that's going to allow us from our 3D model. So if I was to drag this over and have a 3D viewport node right here, you can see our 3D image is over here, but we're generating this 2D line style image inside of Blender. So then if we were to type F12 and then export this, notice how this is exporting this as a render result that we can then save as an image. So that's from in this video. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. Was this helpful to you? Have you used Freestyle before? I just love having that conversation with you guys. If you liked this video, please remember to click that like button down below. If you're new around here, remember to click that subscribe button for new Blender content every week. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Every little bit helps, so make sure you check out that link in the notes down below. But in any case, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.